It says meeting is streaming on Facebook.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Laura Canfield Show, the Awaken Happiness Now Global Series. Thank you so much for being here with us today. And today, Sushant Shhah, I was going to say Sushant Singh. Whoops. Sushant Shhah is back with us. And today we are talking about Bach Flower Remedies Application Simplified. So we're going to learn about what, Bach Flower Therapy is. And why has, in your case, you might have found that Bach Flower Therapy has more cases of failure than success. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about how to use the Bach Flower Remedies in a non-traditional manner, so something different, and why Bach Flower Remedies is the must modality for every healer and even every person. And we're going to talk about becoming a result-centric and reaction-centric Bach Flower therapist. All of that and more. I don't know very much about Bach Flower therapies, but I have some stuff, but I don't know enough. So we're going to talk more about that. So I'm looking forward to learning more about that. And so there's live call special pricing. So for those of you who are on the call live now, you can take advantage of the special pricing that Sushant is offering for package A and package B. Once the call is finished, that special pricing will not be available. Okay, just so you know. So please do take a look at that as well. And those are available at alara.at/show/Sushant11. Right. So Sushant has been with us before, twice this year already, right? And so always had a wonderful conversation. And he's taught us so much about different things. We talked about astrology, we talked about Psych-K, just so much, right? And so he has a lot of experience as a healer and lots of modalities under his belt. He is, not just a healer, he's a facilitator, he's a multi-modality practitioner and medium, but he's a learner at core with passion into integrated wellness therapy. So we're going to talk about that. So he has his skin in the game. He does divination and coaching for more than 10 years already. So he is quite an expert in different modalities and different ways of healing and therapy. And so we're going to talk a little bit about the Bach Flower Therapy today, which he is an expert in as well. And we're going to learn how we can use that modality for ourselves in our day-to-day life, but also as for our clients. Okay, so all of that and more. So Sushant, I'm so glad you're here back with us and talking about something totally different we've never talked about before. So welcome back, and can you just share a little bit about yourself in case people have not heard of you who were not here on the show before when you were here before?
Yeah, thank you very much. So namaste to all of you. This is Sushant Shhah from India. I see few old names. There's Agni Jeshka sitting there, and yeah, she has been in she has taken one of the last package, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this is Sushant from India, and I have been into holistic integrated wellness therapies since last around 12 years. And it has been an amazing journey of learning, experimenting, applying few things on myself, and few were tremendously successful, few were tremendously failure. So I've been through both. I won't brag that I have always been a successful healer. No. But where I have reached today, the point where I have reached today is I have reasonable clarity and confidence to ascertain and decide that which thing works to what extent and how we can combine multiple healing modalities to gain the best possible result out of anything that you're practicing. Yeah. So today we would be talking about Bach Flower Remedies. May I just know from all the people online, how many of you have heard about Bach Flower Remedies before, or maybe tried it before? Just type yes in the chat box. If anyone who has tried it, all right. Linda says yes, maybe heard about it or tried it.
Probably both, right? I think she's, yeah.
Yeah. So she can just type yes, tried or yes, heard. Jenny says yes. So everybody is saying yes. I don't know whether they have tried it or they have just heard about it. When I say tried it, yeah. So you might have, okay, heard. So is it good that I throw some light on what is Bach Flower Remedy itself? Or people
Sure.
are already aware of?
I was just going to say really quickly, the most common Bach flower remedy that most people know about is the rescue remedy,
Yeah,
right?
correct.
So,
Yes.
which I also have. I have the spray for rescue remedy at night. I also have the little capsules that in my car. So but yeah, that's the one I have used the most, but go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, so basically the history of Bach Flower Remedy start with the person who himself found it, and his name was Dr. Edward Bach. He was based out of UK, and today we have the global center of Bach Flower Remedies as by the name of Bach Center at Vermont, United Kingdom. Yes, you can just see
So
that Alara, you can speak.
I
Yeah.
have the book. So
Yes.
I'm a little bit more aware than I give myself credit for, but yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's Dr. Edward Bach. The photo that you had seen on the book, that is Dr. Edward Bach. And he's the founder of the system of Bach Flower Remedy. Now he had this powers to talk, communicate, and gather feedback from trees, flowers, and many other natural resources. So what he did is, for years, he used to talk with trees like, okay, I love you, XYZ name tree. Can you help me, or can you give me a signal what kind of challenges that the humankind is facing you can help us with? And with this experimentation, he also developed he came back to the flower essences, and from there he tried tested all of them, and then he narrowed down to 37 flower remedies, which are now known as Bach Flower Remedies. Yeah. And these 37 flower remedies are briefly divided into 7 kind of human emotions. Okay. So for each emotions, there are 5 6 remedies, which can take care of it. And there are multiple layers of each of these emotions. So what are these emotions? I'll just say it. The very first is fear. Yeah. So these are basically 7 broad psychological causes of illness that a human being can have. And by far, all of us know by, many contributors like Dr. Louis Hay. She was one of the very great contributor in the psychosomatic, science of bringing awareness to the people that how your diseases are related to your emotions. And until you don't heal your emotions, it's very difficult to get rid of that disease permanently or for a longer period of time. Yeah. Now, what are those emotions that Bach Flower 37 remedies are categorized under? Is fear, uncertainty, lack of interest in present circumstances, loneliness, oversensitivity to influences and ideas, sadness or despair, and caring for others at the expense of self. So these are 7 broad emotions, yeah, around which all the 37 flower remedies are categorized. And Dr. Bach developed a technique by which he said that you have to take these remedies at certain interval and certain times in a day so that you can address and heal these emotional challenges that you may be facing in your life. And friends, one of the unique thing about Bach Flower Remedies is that it is the only modality in the world which can dissolve the emotions. Can you see the difference? Other modalities work with maybe reducing the emotion, balancing the emotion, suppressing the emotion, changing the perception of the emotion. But Bach Flower Remedy is the only thing which can dissolve that particular emotional stress, trauma, or any negativity associated. And that is why I say that it is a must modality for every healer. Even if you are not a healer, you're a normal human being, even for your family, it is a must modality. Why? Do we many times get such circumstances, being a healer or a normal human being, where one of a person from our family, maybe a kid, usually these are kids. They say that, oh, it doesn't work. The doctor has given medicines. No, they don't work. I don't want to try anything. Healing, they don't work. Just check it. I don't want to try everything. I don't have trust on anything. I don't need anything. Just keep me out of all these things. Have you seen ever such people?
Mhm.
Someone from
Absolutely.
your family? Yeah. So when people are reluctant to get healed, yeah. So in most of the healing modalities, you will see almost 90% of the healing modalities in the world, uh, energetic permission or permission from the higher self of a person is required in order to facilitate the healing. Yeah. Or many times a person himself or herself need to be available during the healing session in order to facilitate the healing. For example, hypnotherapy, you
Mhm.
can't do without another person. Psyche, you can do with surrogation, but still then results, you may have to go more deeper for the results.
Mhm.
EFT, emotional freedom technique is there, past life regression is there. For all these things, you need another person on which you are working, correct?
Yeah.
And another thing is the another person has to give time from the day-to-day schedule to practice these modalities or to gain the healing session. Now, the unique thing about Backflower remedies, you can give it to any person, whether with their knowledge or without their knowledge, and still they will work. Isn't it cool?
Mhm.
Type amazing in the chat box if you did not know this fact before, that it does not require the presence of another person. It does not require any kind of permission and all these things. And the best thing is they are harmless. You can give it to 6-month-old child and nothing will happen to him. You can give it to your dog, cat, bunny,
Mhm.
rabbit, anyone, nothing will happen to them. You can put it in your trees. If you are someone who has a gardening as a hobby, you can keep it in your trees and still trees will grow more beautiful. They'll be more greener, more fresher. There is no negative side effect of Bach flower remedies at all.
Mhm.
There any remedy that you take. Yeah. So this was all basics about the Bach flower remedies. Yeah. Yeah. So Laurie says, I have used rescue remedy for my dogs. Fantastic. Super. Amazing. Now, anyone who has tried here the Backflower remedies, can I just tell me that, whenever you tried from the facilitator or maybe on your own, does it resolve the issue for longer term or permanently, or you have to take it at a certain intervals or maybe daily or once in a week, or whenever you get that, emotional outburst and you go again and take help of that Backflower remedy? This is how it goes generally,
Mhm.
or is
I
it
know
that
for myself. Sorry, I was gonna
yeah,
say, because when I was driving, earlier this year, it's like I would take it every time I was driving, just to give myself a little bit more comfort,
yeah,
and I was having a hard time sleeping because everything going on with my husband, so I was trying to use it for the rescue remedy for sleep, so I would get a good night's sleep. But I never used it like on a regular, 3 times a day, kind of thing. Just when required.
yeah, correct. But anyone here who has tried it on a deeper level emotional issues, where you are literally consulted a therapist and they suggested you to take it like 3 times, 4 times in a day, because usual way, the traditional way of suggesting Backflower remedies, they, your consultation is taken, your appointment is taken, then your issues discussed, and basis on your feedback that what you are going through, the remedy is suggested for you, which you need to take at least minimum 3 times a day, 4 drops,
Mhm.
or 4 drops 4 times a day. Yeah. Minimum duration suggested is around 20 days to 1 month
Okay.
in order to see the long lasting result. But then in this entire process, what happens is when you start taking one remedy and it resolves one issue, suddenly another issue will crop up. So in the next consultation, which you may have with the therapist, you may have some another issue, which maybe insignificant, maybe small, or maybe something else. And then you take the second remedy for that.
Mhm.
So it's like a peeling, like we
Peeling
peel the
the
onion
onion.
and there are
Yep.
layers are removed from an
Mhm.
onion. So that's how
Right,
it
Linda.
works.
Linda just typed in unlayering the onion. Yeah.
Correct. Unlayering the onion. Absolutely correct, Linda. It is like unlayering the onion. And during that process of unlayering the onion, many times what happens, there is a shift between the inner layer and the outer layer. So sometimes you went to 3 layers deep and suddenly you again come back to the sixth or seventh layer out.
Mm.
Has anyone who has been long for Backflower Remedies experienced this, that this happens? And I have seen people on Backflower Remedy for 4 years they have been using. Sometimes they are using continuously, sometimes they are using with gaps. So this is what I had seen in my even practice as a Bach Flower therapist many years back. And then I started my research. I read a lot of books. And in few of the books of Dr. Edward Bach himself, because Edward Bach himself had a good knowledge of astrology, and he had connected his Bach Flower remedies with astrology. Initially, he has called them as 12 healers, and those 12 remedies was connected with the 12 astrological houses. And there are many other people who later on came and did really good research on the system of Bach Flower remedy by connecting with astrology so that we can have a course of remedies for few months which can give the best result possible for very longer period of time, say 3 year, 5 year, or maybe lifetime.
Mhm.
There are few cases where I have seen uh, introvert people turning out to be extrovert, shy people with stage fear turning out to be very confident speakers, speaking in front of 500 or 1000 people on stage, just with the help of Backflower therapy.
Wow.
Because the emotion that has been holding them back
Mhm.
was taken care of. Now, another thing I want to, explain here is that whenever a Backflower remedy consultation is taken, that first your feedback is taken. Okay, tell me how are you feeling? Yeah, and basis on your feeling or basis on what kind of issue that you are going through, the remedies are suggested. Now, understand that do we all agree that all our diseases have an emotional reason, the
Mhm.
psychosomatic reason in the background? Yes.
Yeah.
And in order to reach to these reasons, when you go into and tap into the unconscious, that is the best and fastest way to resolve this. And that's what happens in all the fastest modalities in the world.
Mhm.
But when you go on conscious level, for example, I have a headache today. Now, the reason of that headache can be many different things. I might be facing issues at my job, and I may just take a Backflower remedy and I feel at ease. And then again, after 1 week or 2 weeks, I get the same headache. Again, I take the remedy. Again, after 1 month headache, again taking the remedy. The cycle goes on. So by doing this, what I'm doing is I'm not resolving the issue from root cause. I'm just addressing it on a conscious level, on a very superficial level,
Mhm.
instead of going to the deepest layer and resolving it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, what happens in Astro Backflower remedies is, yeah, so on today's call, it is available as a both packages. You would have a package where you yourself can learn it and you can apply it for your clients, or the second package where you can just take the suggestions. Like I'll just tell you, okay, these are the Backflower remedies that you need to take. That's it.
Mhm.
So you would have both. What Backflower remedy deals with unlocking the subconscious. Linda, all Backflower remedies work on subconscious. Okay, all. There's not. I cannot say that this remedy works and this remedy does not works on subconscious. All work. Just that the emotions that they address are different. Some might be addressing fear, some might be addressing uncertainty, some might be addressing no interest in the present life. So a different remedy addresses a different emotion. Yes. Now, what happens when we combine astrology and Bach Flower Remedy, because we have hardly handful of 16 people on the call, and I don't know how many of you have tried Bach Flower Remedy, but I have tried, and many of my clients have tried, all the way to come back to a situation where again and again, so it becomes like a support system for them rather than their strength. What is the difference between your support and your strength? Can someone tell me? No one. So I will do the honors. Someone which is support for you, it means what? It is not a part of you. You may always require it. You will always need that thing in your life. Something or someone who is your support, you are dependent on that person or thing, isn't it? Yeah. Whereas someone that is your strength, you're not dependent on it. It is inherent part of yourself. So by applying astrology along with Bach Flower Remedies, what we do is we make the science of Bach Flower Remedies as our strength rather than our support, where whenever you are in a situation, or very first thing is, the very first course of Astro Bach Flower Remedies, which would be around 5 to 6 months, which can be just seen from your astrology chart within few minutes. You complete that course, you will see that significant transformation in your life will happen. Because we are addressing your relationship with your divine father, your divine mother, which also means divine masculine and feminine parts of an individual's life. And understand Bach Flower Remedy being the only modality which can dissolve the negative emotions associated with these areas. The level of transformation that you can get by applying this is unmatched. So we start with father, mother, then we go to the personality, the karmic part, and any specific area in life where you are facing challenges. We cover a lot many things. We cover your communication part. When I say communication, it's not only the usual communication which we talk with others when we go on stage. No, your body speaking with you in itself is a communication. When you look at yourself in the mirror and you look at that, a little bit skinny person or a little bit fat person, and your body says, you don't look good. That's a communication. You're talking to yourself. You making a mistake and then you regretting it is your communication with yourself. Whereas you making a mistake and you accepting it and taking up the responsibility to correct it and being in the position of power is also your communication with yourself. So a course of Astro Bach Flower Remedies, what it does is it transforms the communication that an individual himself has with himself and the external world out there, which can be your family, your friends, your loved ones, all the people you know and all the people you don't know. How powerful is that? Where we completely change our wiring of how we have been thinking about ourselves, our life, the past, the future, the present, circumstances, people, your judgments, and everything about the world in general. Okay, Claire Apple Flower Remedy caught my attention yesterday. All right. This old house iPhone. I don't know your name. That's very cute name. Old house iPhone. All right. Yeah. So now, very first thing what we do in Astro Bach Flower Remedies is we continue with the course of 5 to 6 months of remedies. And then if required, by the end of the 5th or 6th month, if required, we take up a specific issue which you can address using the science of astrology. Now, what are the benefits of following this method and not the traditional method of Bach Flower Remedy? is you don't have to spend 1 hour of consultation with your client every month. Or you are someone who is receiver of Bach Flower Remedy consultation. You don't have to spend 1 hour every month with the therapist.
Mhm.
Second thing, you do not go around the loops. The way this works is it starts from the innermost layer and starts breaking it from within and then go to all the outer layers, rather than going the reverse approach where it goes from outside to in. And that is why the transformation that is achieved once is long lasting, is internalized on a very higher level. Yeah. So one is you have savings in time, and the technique is preferred and tried and tested on many people along with amazing results. Third thing, which is the most unique thing I would say. When do we take the Bach Flower remedies? Can someone tell me?
Well, didn't you say 3 or 4 times a day?
No, when? That is the number of times. But when you would take, like right now, you may not be taking.
Yeah.
Tomorrow you may start taking the remedy. Why you will take it?
Because I want some transformation in my life. Something is not working.
Correct. When something is not working. How about you knowing in advance that, okay, if I take these remedies, then right now, as per my predictive system of astrology, whichever things that are supposed to give me more challenges in terms of emotional imbalance can be taken care of in advance rather before you going through it. How about that?
So it's more of a preventative and proactive approach instead of reactive.
Exactly. And this
Right.
is not taught anywhere in the world as of now,
Mhm.
where Backflower remedy can be used more of a preventive approach rather than a approach where you first go, you share your problems, and then the remedies are suggested. Rather than that, you knowing it in advance, taking it so that you can get rid of sufferings, wasting time, resources, and most probably, most importantly, the happiness of your life. Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. So, I mean, for me, it seems like so simple, right? You have a
Yeah.
consultation, you talk about your astrology, which you can look up really quickly, and then we start to take these Bach Flower remedies every day for 5-6 months.
4 times a month, and after every month, the course of Backflower remedy will change. So for the first month, there is 1 or 2 remedies. For second month, there will be a couple of remedies. For third month, so these will be different remedies, which will start working on different parts of the person.
Right.
Like as I said, it would be
it sounds so easy.
Yeah, it is easy, and because it is easy, it can be learned under 5 hours. And another fantastic thing is, once you learn it, you will be able to apply it exactly the way I do. You don't need to get into any kind of experience, and you don't need to have a number of clients consulted in order to gain certain experience to gain accuracy at it. So it's replicable, it's easily replicable. Even a 10th pass, school pass guy can do it with the same accuracy that I do. The only part would be the predictive part or the present problem part, which comes with certain practice. But first 5 to 6 month remedies, it's just a step-by-step process. Step 1, step 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's it. You follow the step, you look at the chart, you take out the planets, you see the relevant remedies, you look at the houses, you see the relevant remedies, you look at the constellations, you see the relevant remedies, and you resolve those particular areas of a person's life.
So can you tell us how you have used that in your life and what change you've seen?
Yeah, sure. So around 10 years back from today, I used to be a very, very shy person. Many of you may not believe that, I know. but almost 50% plus people in my Facebook friends list know that because they know me in person.
Mhm.
So when I was in school, I throughout my life I hardly had only one friend. That's it. I did not used to, uh, roam in the groups, not much of a social life, and heavy stage fear of talking. Today,
Mhm.
I'm confident enough to talk in front of maybe 100,000 or whatever number of people. You put me on the stage, I can talk. Put me on a Zoom, I can talk. I'm talking in front of you today, but there was a time when if you put me like this on a camera, I'd be like freezed.
Mhm.
Can't talk for 1 or 2 hours because no confidence, shyness, all this. Apart from that, the another reason was few emotions related to with my father, which I have been carrying on since childhood.
Mhm.
So once I applied this science with astrology and started working on these, within first 3 months, I got the best and very first and best transformation of my life was that I was a speaker in a college fest where I talked in front of 2,500 people. And it was not like a usual business meeting where if you say talk anything boring, then people listen to you out of professionalism. No, these were college people.
Mhm.
If you become boring, they throw eggs and tomatoes on your face. So to
Mhm.
such audience, I delivered a talk of around 1 hour. And at the end, the entire hall was full of claps. That
Mhm.
was the very first transformation that I had seen in my life. Second one is as I started, as the emotions and the challenges which were related, associated with my relationship with my father, when they starts dissolving, what happened is the very first challenge that I used to face in my life was that, a father means authority,
Mhm.
usually in your life. It's the masculine aspect of your life. Now, when that got dissolved, the people who are in authority, I never used to get along with anyone who was in authority. Just within first 3 months, I could recognize this change that, oh, suddenly all people like the principal of my college, many other people, I was working that time. So my boss at work, all these people, I started to get along very well with these people. And that was something like I did not even expect. I said, okay, what will happen the max is certain emotions will dissolve. That's it.
Mhm.
That's it. Nothing else will happen in life. And that is what is being promised by the back center or the back therapist. But going beyond that and covering or addressing a particular emotions of your life, that was something completely and quietly different and transformational in my life. Apart from that, I have many stories to share. A few things I would say that whenever, you know, basically how I apply is there's a dasha system of prediction in Vedic astrology, where an entire person's life is divided, the 100-year life is divided into certain years, 9 year, 10 year, 12 year, 7 year, like this, depending on the which planet's dasha,
Mhm.
that is the main period you are going through. I always use these remedies whenever a particular planet comes into dasha for my chart before that period of 7, 8, 9, or 12 years. How much I use it? Hardly for 3 months, 3 to 4 months maximum. That's it, not beyond that. For entire 8 to 12 years of period.
Right.
And I have seen so far in two such periods which are passed from my life that the emotional challenges which one can predict by looking at someone's astrology chart, I I was able to face them confidently. They were not able to break me down. They were not able to give any kind of stress or anxiety to me.
Mhm.
I was strong and confident enough to handle all of them. Yeah.
Amazing. It's just I'm just thinking like, it's like, oh, I wish I would have had a chart done for myself and my husband last year. That would have been That would have been amazing. Just to, maybe things would have been slightly different. But a lot of people don't think about their astrological chart, right? They're not focused on their astrological chart. Instead, it's more about, somebody might say, well, how can I show up in the world? How can I share my gifts? How can I make more money? How can I find my soulmate? How can I, feel healthier in my body?
Correct. Yeah. So when we say, how can I find my soulmate? Anyone who is healer here, particularly energy healing, anyone who is into and who has specifically dealt with a lot of cases of people who were unable to find their life partner or soulmate. Can you just type maybe yes in the chat box if there's anyone?
See, I don't have that problem.
No, no, not
I
problem.
have my soulmate.
No. I'm not asking for someone who is facing that problem. I'm asking for someone who, being a healer, has facilitated or helped other people get over this problem.
Yeah.
Because I have done it. And I know, basis on my data and research, understand one thing. If somebody is unable to find their soulmate or life partner, there can be one major and core issue in their life is, you will ask them, do they get along? How do they get along with their parents, their mother and their father? And I have seen in all the cases where either people are unable to find their soulmate, they are not getting married at the right age, they are unable to sustain a stable relationship. There's some kind of either conscious or unconscious challenge related to the relationship with their parents. Here I would like to share a very small example where I worked with multiple modalities. As Alara said at the start of the call is, I'm into multiple modalities. So I'm into more than 108 plus healing modalities. And basis on as a person come, I use the one which can work the most for them. Yeah. So there was a girl who came to me who was unable to conceive, who was unable to have a child. And she had been to many doctors, gynecologist, tried IVF, lot many things, did testings, and all testing from medical doctors came that, okay, you and your husband, you both are correct. There's no fault, no harm with you guys. You both can become like, parents. You both can have a child. There's no harm. There's no fault. Then she consulted many healers. A lot of things happened. She might have what, I don't know, but when she came to me, there was no result. And then what I did is, by using past life regression, when we went into her past of the present life, yeah, what was the reason behind her unable to get the baby is when she was a little kid, when she was around 11-year little kid in the school, one fine day her mom came to school and something happened and her teacher slapped her. And she was crying. And that time her mom came and her mom was talking with teacher. And her mom was talking with all smiles, all heart, and like that. Her mom came, she hugged the teacher. Oh, how are you? Blah, blah, blah. And they were talking like they are sisters since birth. And this little girl is standing in a corner, crying with tears in her eyes, looking at her mom and thinking that this, my mom, she always tells me that she loves me the most. I know for sure that I love her the most in this world. And my teacher has just hit me. She's going and being so much friendly with her. If mothers are like this, then what is the use of becoming a mother?
Right.
And when this emotion got installed into her mind at the age of 11, she was unable to become a mother.
Makes sense.
I understood how the unconscious plays its games, and you cannot be logical about what could be the reason for what thing. Now to dissolve this, of course, we had to work with Psyche and we had to correct her name and her mobile number using numerology. But then the Bach Flower remedy was one of the most important healing modality that I used when I combined with her astrology chart and I gave her Bach Flower Remedies. Because in astrology, your fifth astrological house is connected with children. So when I gave her the remedy of her fifth house, the planet sitting in fifth house, after 3 months, she met me and she said that, yeah, I'm pregnant now. And today she's the mother of 4-year-old child.
Nice. Beautiful. Wow. Amazing.
Yeah.
See, but I did not know anything about combining, astrology with the Bach Flower remedies. Like you said, that's not being done, but it's like it opens up a whole new way and potential of healing, right? And moving forward, right? For sure.
Correct. And most importantly, nobody in the world is giving you the course of remedies like, A, B, C, D, E, F, Z. These are the remedies I need to take for this month. No, nobody. We'll have to spend 1 hour in consultation. Basis on what you say, the therapist will suggest you remedies. Now understand how many times, by the way, here, I hope most of the people who are attending the Alara Canfield show, you might have taken many healing sessions from, one of the other healers. And how many times you realize that after the session, maybe after 1 month, you thought that, although I took session for X issue, but the real issue was something else. I could have taken session for some other issue. Does it happen with all of you? It happens.
Yeah.
Then we realize later on that no, instead of this, I could have addressed this issue. So understand, this shows that our mind is the biggest juggler in the world. And it can bring different picture, different challenges. It can make them appear as, a very significant to us for certain amount of time.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's where the traditional method of Backflower remedy, where you consult a client, you talk to them, again, that is a conscious process. Consultation is always a conscious process. It is never an unconscious process. And your conscious mind is hardly 5%. 95% of what and why you are going through is hidden somewhere else.
Yeah.
You're not even bringing it to the table during the consultation. And how do you know that? Know it. The easiest way to know the superconscious and subconscious is through astrology. The superconscious is your collective consciousness. Your astrology is nothing but the chart, your karmic blueprint of your entire life. But in this course, what we do is, it is so simplified that you don't need to have a prior knowledge of astrology. Neither am I going to teach you astrology. Okay, so don't worry, because I see many people, they come to me and they just run away listening the word astrology.
Yeah, we did that course in June.
That was numerology. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, that was numerology. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So numerology is again a sub branch of astrology, hardly 5%. And astrology is an ocean.
That's true. Yeah.
Like so Vedic astrology, people say even 15 years are less to learn it. Yeah. So here, but what you'll be learning is the easiest method just to see your chart, see your houses, see the planets placed, and ability to come up with the remedies as per your chart. Simple. You do not need to learn how to predict something. You do not need to learn how to read a chart. No, not required. That's the easiest way.
Do you need software? I was just going to say, do you need software to figure out what the planets are for your chart or anything like that?
Yes, but it is already available on Google. So
right.
I'll just share with you the website. Okay, go to this website, take out your chart, go to second website, take out your chart. This is your chart, and we start. Okay, first house, second house, everything will be explained.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. Wow. So again, so this is more of a preventative, proactive type of approach to healing, to well-being, not necessarily, I have this problem, can you help me solve it?
Correct. Even if you have a certain problem, it still works because
Mhm.
all the problems in this world, we can connect with it with the 12 houses of astrology. In fact, your entire body is connected with the 12 houses of astrology. If you search Google by saying, the Vastu Purush, it will give an image of a person with individual zodiac sign connected with the body parts. Like the Aries is your head and so on. So it is about 12 zodiac signs and your entire body parts, as well as your lives, all the areas of your life. These can also be seen with astrology. So there is no problem in this world which we cannot associate with a particular house of astrology. So
Mhm.
suppose if somebody comes to you with a certain problem, what you need to do is just refer to the notes, see from which house the problem is coming, suggest the remedy of that house, the owner planet of that house, and the planet sitting in that house. That's it. Done. Simple.
It sounds so easy. I love it. You know,
Yeah, it is easy.
I love things that are easy and simple. But then, where do people get the the Bach Flower Remedies? Oh my
Flower
God,
remedies.
I don't know what's going on with my dog. Hold on one second.
Yeah, sure, sure.
It's okay. Go ahead. I don't know what's going on with him, but he's barking outside like crazy. I think there must be, I don't know, a bird. Who knows? And my husband's not listening to me. Anyways, sorry, what were you saying?
Yeah, so I think, yeah, so you were saying what kind of software to be used, correct?
Yeah, do you need to have software? But you said we can just look on Google.
Yeah, it is not a software, it is a website. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you just go to the website, you put your date and all the details, and you take out your chart. Simple. It is just a one image. Finish.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you
Simple.
don't need to
Awesome.
download the software in your mobile or laptop. No, it is not required. You can just take a chart, you save that image on your mobile or computer, done.
Um, yeah, it sounds so straightforward, which is like step by step, and you don't have to like worry about, am I going to get it wrong? Because you can't get it wrong, right?
You can't get it wrong. When you follow the steps, you cannot get it wrong. And the simplest part, during that 5 hours workshop, I take 3 live cases also, minimum 3. Sometimes it is 5 live cases itself. Let's say 5 attendees are there. All of their chart, I have them make it during the workshop itself.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
So
cool.
you don't revise after the workshop. No, you learn it during the workshop itself.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Oh yeah, I was asking, where can people buy, because you have to buy the Bach Flower Remedies, right? So
Yeah,
where can people
correct.
buy them?
So
There's
there are many websites. Even if you will Google, there's a Bach Center,
Mhm.
which is the main center of Bach Flower therapies. They deal in Bach Flower remedies, and there are many other websites who also sell. You can just Google in your country who is
Yeah.
dealing in Bach Flower remedies. Understand, ideally, the price of the Bach Flower remedies will be around 300 to 400 US dollar for the entire box of 38 remedies.
Mhm.
Yeah, this is the pricing for the original remedies which are from the Bach Center.
Mhm.
And certain people dilute these remedies. So they take the original bottle, they divide it at 1/4, put it into the 4 bottles of the same proportion, mix it with the wine, so that
Mhm.
the flower essence can stay for longer, like 2 3 5 years, and then they sell it at a reduced price.
Mm. Yeah.
So if you're buying such bottle, which will be a lot cheaper, like in India you get it for, I would say, maybe hardly $50.
Mhm.
So there you just need to take more flower essences, that's it. And you also get individual bottle remedies also, which cost anywhere between $10 to $12 for each remedy, like
Yeah.
one bottle of the remedy, which can last you for around a year. One bottle would last you very long, I would say. Even
Yeah.
if you buy an entire kit, like let's say if you are going for a workshop and you are buying the entire kit, the kit itself will last you for at least 2-3 years, and minimum 50 to 70 to 80 clients.
Okay. That's if
So
you're
you will
seeing,
make at
if you,
least 200 times money of the workshop or a kit.
Yeah, that's if you're
from the
seeing clients
consultant.
in person, right? Yeah.
Sorry?
If you're seeing clients in person, you would give them the Bach
Correct.
Flower
If you're
Remedies.
seeing the clients in person, you can give them Bach Flower Remedies. If you're a therapist, you can just make the Bach Flower Remedies and maybe courier it to them at their address if they are located in your same country or somewhere within certain distance from you. Or else if you want clients to arrange for their own Bach Flower Remedies, you can make the list and suggest them to buy these remedies.
Right. Yeah, that's the easiest for and I've gotten them from Amazon. It's
Correct.
it's easiest.
They are available on Amazon. Correct. They're available
exactly.
on Amazon easily.
Okay, so I wanted to talk a little bit about the actual workshop, right? So we've been talking about the workshop, we're talking about the 12 planets. We've been, I think we've talked a lot about the workshop. Is there anything that we missed? So upcoming issues for each house, any current issues, and the minimum, 6 months. Yeah, so
6
yeah,
months,
we
I'm
did good.
saying it can be, it's anywhere between 4 to 6 months, 7 months for every individual. For a few people, it can be less also.
Yeah, so this workshop is, like you said, 5 hours, right? It's a 5-hour
it will be
workshop.
5 to 6 hours, basis on number of people. And it will not be like at one go, it's like 5 hours. We'll be taking it in bits and pieces. So first there will be a very small, minute introduction to the Bach Flower Remedies. Then I'll share a few charts in the second session.
Okay,
and
good.
in the third session, I will share the process of how you can do the entire, working of the 5 to 6 months of course of remedies. And then subsequent sessions will be the practice sessions, where we will work live with all the participants on how they can do this. They can bring their clients' cases, their family, everyone.
Okay, cool. And then the personal consultation package or session with you, what should people bring to that? Just their birth date and time of birth is all they really need?
Yes, their date of birth, time of birth, place of birth. Suppose if someone doesn't have them or someone doesn't have the right details, then there's another process in India which is known as Prashna Kundali or Prashna Shastra. Prashna means question. Yeah. So just the basis of question, whatever they have asked in that moment, I can suggest them the remedy.
Okay.
So that is also one way.
So then if somebody
ideally,
books, go ahead.
Yeah, and ideally it is suggested that you go with the entire course of the remedies for 5 to 6 months of all the Bach Flower remedies, because that's what gives you the best results, and that's what they need to bring. Plus, they need to make the list of right now if they are facing any challenges in their life, in health, wealth, relationships, spirituality, maybe. Today afternoon only I had a girl coming to me and she said that, whenever I sit for meditation, I'm unable to concentrate. Can you help? So I just seen her house and I suggested the Bach Flower Remedy. Simple.
Okay. Nice. Okay, cool. So if let's say Linda was having a session with you, you would check out her chart, you would recommend some of the Bach Flower remedies for her. And then if she had any questions about other stuff that's going on, for example, she may have an asbestos issue in her house. Right. So then you could, or because she's frustrated because she may not be able to do something. So then you'd be able to recommend some Bach Flower remedies for her, for like the frustration, for example.
Yes, there are remedies for frustration. In fact, you can also suggest, so basically, how anyone here heard about Vastu Shastra?
I mean, I have.
No, you have?
Have,
Nobody
yeah.
else? So that is an ancient, at least 5,000-year-old science of architecture, Indian architecture, where you build the home in such a way that you make it all the negativity proof and for the highest good and abundant growth of the owner for whom the house is being built. A few aspects of Backflower remedy I have combined with Vastu, and I have came up with a few remedies that you have to just spray in that corner of your house, and it works as a medicine for that to resolve or to pacify that issue.
Mm,
Yeah.
awesome. I need that.
Yes, sure.
Cool. Yeah, because
What is
This
that
is
one?
sorry.
what is that one? She wants to know. I think he would have to look it up.
Maybe her, maybe the. Do you have a pet, right, Alara?
I do, yeah. Mhm.
Is there any direction where the pet is not sitting like calmly and peacefully, and he's just running around and getting uneasy?
Not really, no.
Not really.
No.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah,
Even that can
he's
be
pretty
done.
good. He sits everywhere.
Yeah. So just a week back, I had a person whose pet, he used to enjoy the entire house. But there was one corner of house where if you are going and sitting, he will bark and he will
Mm.
ensure that you go out of that corner. You don't sit there.
Mhm. Yeah.
Because these, they can see a lot of things that we humans can't see. They can
Exactly.
sense what is good for you. That's
Yeah.
why they will not let you get into anything negative.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
That's true.
was kind of a signal for that lady that something is wrong with this corner of my house.
Mhm.
Because you know her dog's name was Chanel. Chanel is not letting me sit there. So I said, all right, fantastic, you can just try
Yeah.
this.
Good. And she
And
tried it and suddenly it worked. It changed the
yes,
energy.
she came to me some 1 week back, and it took 5 days. Yeah, she says now it's like kind of pacified, it seems to be. And now sometimes even she goes and she sits there, and yeah, the
Mhm.
dog is absolutely fine. It's cool. He goes and
Hmm.
sits into her lap.
Nice. Yeah, because a dog won't go somewhere where there's negative energy for sure. Yeah.
Yes,
That's
correct.
yeah,
It will
that's
always,
true.
yeah, it will always protect you from all these things.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you. Good. So it is possible for things like that as well. So it's not just, the astrological houses and preventative, but if there is something going on in your space, you also have remedies for that.
Correct. So
Mhm.
that is now this area is something which is under research. And as of now, I have it for certain directions. I'm
Mhm.
doing the research. So in Vastu Shastra, there are 36 directions
Mhm.
of a house.
Mhm.
So out of that, I'm doing research. I'm yet done with the 4 directions, which we usually know the 4 directions:
Yeah.
east, west, south, and west. So for that, it's done. The more research is going on, and of course, the people who are enrolling for the course, as and when these are being released, they will be keep updated on that, and there will be sessions
Mhm.
with time to time to keep them updated on this.
Awesome. Good. All right. So I'm just gonna just reminding everybody for the link for Sushant's packages are available at alara.at/show/Sushant11. The link is in the chat. And during the live call, we're not finished the live call yet, but during the live call, Sushant is offering some special pricing for his packages. So for example, package A, which is the workshop, normally it's 255, and as a bonus for the live call, it's 200. And of course, those are available in 2 and 3 part payments. And then package B, which is the consultation, normally it's 154, but during the live call, it's 111. So definitely there's big, I don't like the word discounts, but big bonuses are being offered during the live. And then after the live call is over, I'm going to take those buttons off the page and they will not be available. So you definitely want to, if you're thinking about enrolling in the workshop, you definitely want to do it now. If you're thinking of enrolling and working with Sushant and a consultation for yourself, please do take a look at those and click those buttons now, because otherwise afterwards they'll be gone, right? But even the regular prices are still amazing. They're still discounted. There's still special offers. And then those ones you will get the 24-hour special as well. But during the live call, there's extra bonuses. So please take a look at those. Okay. So one of the things that I know, like right now in North America, especially, but even North America, in the US especially, Thanksgiving is coming up. So people are starting to plan already. And so some people may already be experiencing some anxiety, right, about seeing their family or not being able to see their family because of the whole COVID situation, right?
Yeah.
So anxiety is a big thing, right? So there must be, I'm sure there's a rescue remedy for sure, but you must have remedies for relationships, like we talked about your parents, but this big gatherings, because when you get together with family around Thanksgiving or Christmas, for example, all your buttons get pushed. Every single button there is, it gets pushed, right? So if somebody were to, for example, get a session with you like in the next week or so, and they got the remedies, would it already start to help them in time for Thanksgiving or Christmas, for example?
Yes, by Christmas time, definitely.
Yeah.
And understand this is not only applicable to somebody having some kind of problem. This is something which can rewire you and make you the best possible version of yourself in all areas of life. As I said, you may see many people who are shy, who cannot speak on stage. A science or research says that stage fear is world's #1 fear.
Mm-hmm.
It tops even before death. So people would rather die rather than going on a stage and talking in front of 1,000 people.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when I was able to overcome that fear, how much transformational that can be for someone. When you break down of such fear, like for some people, it can be different things. Like I shared, for a person, it was, getting a baby.
Mm-hmm.
She was unable to do that. She got rid of it.
Yeah. But even it's not just like stage fright, but it's like just being able to show up in the world as yourself.
Yes,
right?
as your best possible version with full confidence,
Yeah.
100% authenticity and integrity.
Yeah. And that's what we're all striving for, is to be fully present and show up in the world as our best selves and thrive, right? So, when you take a look at those remedies with the astrological charts, and sometimes the stuff that is in our charts and that's coming up is like, it's unpleasant, right? And it can make you feel a little bit weak or disempowered, because like if I would have known all this stuff that was going to happen with my husband and whatever, it's like, oh my God, it's like, I don't know how to deal with that, right? So, but you have remedies for that.
Yeah, and what happens, you don't necessarily, the beautiful part about Bach Flower Remedies is, and as repeated, that we are not learning astrology. So that tomorrow, if you see that something is negative is going to come up in your chart, no, you won't know that. You won't even know that. But you will know that, okay, this is the remedy that I need to take during this period of time. So that even if the negative comes, emotionally, you will be so much strong to take care of that.
Right.
You will not be broken. You will not be shattered. Nobody will be broken, shattered. You will be strong enough to stand up, face it, let it pass.
Got it.
Yeah.
So this is about being strong in yourself, regardless of what shows up in the world.
Correct.
Right. So because as different things show up in our lives, we don't have to know that they're coming up, but we are strong regardless of what shows up because we're taking these remedies.
Correct. And that's what, I would like to just here bring maybe, throw some light that people think that astrologers are someone whose business runs on fear. But let me tell you, that is one of our biggest misconception. The true astrologer is someone whose job is always to empower people, not to put any kind of fear in their heart or mind for something negative that can happen, but inspire them to prepare and equip themselves for all the skills or strengths that they need to face the future which is coming. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think right now, especially still, we all still need a bit more strength and courage and remedies to help us navigate this time that we're in now and even moving forward, because stuff is still up in the air, as you could say.
Yeah, a little bit stuff is up in the air, but let me tell you, the funny part is now that India is opening up completely and schools, colleges, everything is on, and almost out of 125 crore population, 100 crores are vaccinated, which is a record in itself. And now people are not happy going back to their schools,
Yeah,
their
they got used to
offices,
Zoom.
kids are not happy going back to their schools. They are like, we used to enjoy it sitting at home.
Yeah,
So
for
that is
sure.
becoming a very unique reason of people feeling uneasy about their day-to-day life.
Yeah, stress and anxiety, absolutely. And Linda says, stand up for our sovereignty. Absolutely. And this is, when we stand up for our sovereignty, we're putting ourselves first. We're making ourselves a priority, and we're saying, yes, I am important. I am valuable. I am, worthy, right, of creating the life that we desire.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. And so like you said, these Bach Flower remedies with the astrology chart mixed in, it's more of it's strengthening us to be able to stand in our sovereignty, to thrive in our lives.
Correct. Yeah. So I would, let's say a normal civilian like, like all of us. Like, I don't know if there's someone who is from maybe army or military on the call, but I'm just using the word normal civilians like us. What if a bullet shoots us in the shoulders? Can you imagine? Forget about bullet. What if somebody puts a small knife here? We won't be easily able to sit comfortably. What if you have to run for 20-30 kilometers by lifting 40 to 50 kg weight on your shoulders? No, even walking for 1 kilometer will be difficult.
Yeah.
But soldiers, they do all these things. Why? Because pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. Pain happens to them also, but they do not suffer out of this. They sail through it. And that's what emotionally this Astro Bach Flower Remedy is going to do for you once you do the entire course. It makes you mentally tough. It makes you mentally authentic, open. And another advantage is that day to day, a lot of garbage comes into our mind. You might agree. Sometimes we got angry on someone, sometimes of stress, sometimes of negativity, and keeps on piling up. By using this, what you do is you rewire your system in such a way that it throws out the garbage. It doesn't take away.
Awesome. We need that, because a lot of times we have a hard time maintaining our energy field, maintaining our thoughts, maintaining our emotions, and we get sucked into sometimes spirals, right, that take us down, not very nice places. And it's just a buildup sometimes of stuff that we've been exposed to, right?
Yes, correct.
So when you take these Bach Flower remedies, all that stuff that's in our subconscious, that's in our energy field, that's in our thoughts, that does not empower us, that starts to dissolve, whether it's like energies or emotions.
Yes, correct. Your emotions start to dissolve, which a person may have been carrying through maybe many times since birth or since childhood.
Yeah.
Even through past births.
Yeah, absolutely.
There are different techniques to see through an astrology chart for that. But yeah, the good part is you don't need to go into learning that. But you'll be able to suggest the remedy for that.
Awesome. So Grace says, I've just signed up. Great offer.
Thank you very much, Grace. Welcome
I hope,
on
Sushant,
board.
that the Zoom call will be a good time for England. So Grace is in
sure.
England.
I'll be forming a group. I'll be taking a good time for everyone. And basis on the audience and the majority, we will plan the time, and we will ensure that the workshop is, you know, as much as a smooth ride for everyone. And of course, we will have a lifetime access to the group where all your doubts, any queries that you post will be resolved. You can post your live case studies or remedies. Yeah.
And there'll be
We already
recordings?
have a community of people who have done this in the past. Yeah.
Awesome. Good. So Jenny was asking, when will the calls for package A start, days and times, and will there be recordings?
Yes, there will be lifetime recording access for the workshop.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it is going to be in the 3rd week of November. If I had to tell you the exact date, then it would be, say, what I am planning is 23rd and 24th of November, which is Tuesday and Wednesday. But as I said again, that if majority of the people from the group who are working and they have Saturday, Sundays off, or Saturday, Sundays work good with them, then we might shift it to weekends also.
Okay, so it'll be, organized with consultation from the people in the group. So the people who sign up. Basically.
Yes, correct. We will take a vote from the entire group, and as per the time and everything working with everyone, we will go ahead.
Awesome. And Lori P is asking, she says, I have 6 essences plus rescue remedy purchased from Naturopath. Also the book, Bach Flower Remedies for Animals by Helen Graham and Gregory Lamis. Do you cover anything about this?
Well, remedies, how to use, you will know. But the books I don't cover, because as I explain you, when you read, or maybe, I would invite you to maybe do this study. Take any book from market on Bach Flower Remedy, read it, and tell me whether are you able to arrive at which remedy will work for this issue, or you are getting more confused on which remedy I should apply to this issue. Because what are the general directions are for the people who are a certified Bach Flower therapists, that no remedy can be wrong for anything. So then how do we decide which remedy is correct or wrong? But here in Astro Bach Flower Remedy, we have preset remedies. If you have challenges from this house, this planet, then this remedy has to be given. There is no guesswork here. There are no different remedy from everyone. If you consult 2 to 3 different Bach Flower therapists, everyone will give you different remedies. But here, let's say from our batch, if we have 10 people learning, 20 people, 30 people learning, all 30 will have same set of remedies only. Yeah.
Yeah. So it makes it quite simple. And
yeah, and you'll be able to do it under 15 to 20 minutes max.
Nice. Good. Awesome. So Jenny, we're not sure yet what time. It'll depend on the different people who are enrolling.
Yeah, so ideally, I would make maybe 2 groups. One is for the Indian audience, one would be for the audience who's from Europe or Western countries. And basis on the mutual time that is working, we will take one time which is mutual for both, and another time which may work very well for the Western audience. Yeah.
Yeah. So, so we'll see depending on where everybody is. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Usually, my last courses on numerology, they used to be around, say, for a few people, it used to be evenings for them, and for some people, it used to be morning. Because everybody is based out of different time zones. Yes. Morning, 8 or 9 a.m. in the morning, or evening around 6, 7 p.m.
But there's going to be recordings for everything. And if people cannot attend, they can still contact you if they have questions or concerns of any sort.
You will get the recording access for lifetime, obviously, and be part of a community where you can ask all your doubts.
Yeah. So you won't miss anything if you can only attend via the recording.
Yeah. If you listen to the recordings, and there will be time to time, there will be support sessions. And obviously, whenever we are having, you will get at least access for 1 year, like whatever the next 2 or 3 batches, you can always attend in them.
Mhm.
So if you want
Awesome.
to revise it, the entire thing, you can
Mhm.
also do that.
Yeah. So you can do it again, at no charge to again,
Yes.
I'm assuming.
Yes.
And then can people who are only able to watch the recordings, can they do practice sessions with people in the group as well?
Yes. That's how we will be working around with the workshop, where
Yeah.
we'll be taking advantage of the community learning, where we'll be starting with the workshop, and then maybe I'll make a group of 2 or 3 people who workshop. It can be on, say, alternate days, or maybe 2 or 3 days in a week.
Mhm.
And it's hardly 4 or 5 hours. So, within few hours it will be over.
Yeah.
And then I will give an assignment. Okay, you take date of birth of another person and you work out with the remedies. And
Yeah.
before next session, you come up with all the answers. And let's see how people are working.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So you will have a chance to practice, and even if you can't attend live, it'll be yeah, and you'll see how yeah, it sounds really simple to me. To me, it sounds simple, but simple meaning we can all do this to help to benefit ourselves and to benefit our families and clients as well. It's like
Yes,
it's not,
correct.
it doesn't require, like, you don't have to be intuitive, and you don't have to know a lot about the astrological houses, and you don't have to, like any of that. So you can still be able to use this workshop and the tools and the learning to start with yourself and your family members right away, basically, right?
Yeah, correct. Because
Yeah.
in order to be a traditional backflower therapist, you need to be a really good at counseling and
Mhm.
listening to other people. And these skills take years to develop, let me tell you.
Yeah.
And that's why almost backflower, all backflower therapists that you will see, they are 40, 50 or above. You won't see a single person who is a young chap,
Mhm.
20, 25-year-old, and doing a fantastic practice and suggesting an amazing remedies. Because it takes years of practice to master that skill.
Mhm.
But here, what
Yeah.
we are doing is, we don't need it because we are working on unconscious and superconscious. We are not working only on the conscious mind of what the person sees. That's what I call it as reaction centric. You are focusing on person's reaction.
Yeah.
Somebody's shouting,
Exactly.
ah, and you are saying, oh, he's shouting, let me give him back from remedy. But you are not focusing on why he's shouting. What is the
Mhm.
root cause behind that? But here we will
Yeah.
be going much more deeper, and we will see how we can ensure that the person does not put in a situation where they may have to shout again in life.
Mhm. So Jenny was
We
just showing me
can,
her screenshot of her purchasing the workshop.
welcome, Jenny. Welcome on board.
Awesome. Great. Um, so yeah, does anybody have any last questions, or is there anything else that we need to cover that we haven't yet, Sushant? I'm trying to think if there's
I
anything else.
think almost we have covered anything. We can just make it open house. If anyone having any questions, you can just maybe unmute yourself
Yeah, if
or
anybody
put
has
it
any
in the
questions
chat
about
box. Yes.
about the workshop or the
The
consultation,
technique, consultation, anything.
yeah, let us
In the
know. Or
consultation, I will not only make your entire course of Backflower remedies for you, but also if there's any specific issue that you are going through, I will also design a tailor-made remedies for you, which you'll be
Mhm.
getting.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, and then you just take those 3 or 4 times a day for the next 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
And there's no side
So
effects to the Bach Flower
not at
remedies.
all. You can Google about it. You can
Yeah.
ask your doctor. And Backflower remedies don't have any side effect. As I said, even if by mistake a 6-month-old kid takes it, nothing happens to him.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just trying to think about, like, some just totally outliers, about but I don't know. I can't think of any disadvantages either, or of taking them.
Yeah, correct. The only disadvantage that I have seen
Mhm.
for many people who have been practicing or who themselves are the remedy, black flower remedy therapist is, as I explained earlier, that people take it as a support.
Mhm.
And as I explained, support is something you will always need it.
Yeah.
You cannot be independent without the support. But here we will be making it as your strength, where once the strength is developed, you're strong enough to take care of anything. You don't need that support again and again. You
Yeah.
cannot be like, on a backflow remedy for a lifetime. Like whenever some XYZ issue happens, again you go back and you take that remedy and only then you feel at ease. No. You work
So
on it,
then,
you work in depth, you work initially for a few months, and then rest of your life you live happily. Of course, I sometimes suggest people to repeat the course of remedy of 4-5 months, once in 3-5 years.
Yeah.
But again, that is up to them, and only if they require it, they feel it is needed. Yeah.
So how would you know if you need the Bach Flower remedies, the Astro Bach Flower Remedy Therapy?
Yeah. So Astro Bach Flower Remedy is basically, if I explain you simply in terms of say a Black Flower Remedy or astrology, if anyone who would have read a book on Bach Flower Remedy or a book on astrology, every Bach Flower Remedy has a positive as well as negative characteristics. Correct? When we say someone is a chicory person, that chicory has certain positive traits and certain negative traits. When you say someone is a crab apple person, he has certain positive traits and certain negative traits.
Okay.
Let's say he's very sweet spoken, which is positive, but he's too much conscious about his looks. So let's say if that person ends up gaining some weight, what will happen to his self-image? It will go for a toss. He will feel, no, I'm not worth it, blah, 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 till the time he reduces weight. Correct? So that is negative, not working for him. Spending too much time for makeup. We don't know whether it is positive or negative. But of course, it takes up a lot of your time. Yeah. I've just
20
given you a
minutes.
few example. Yeah, correct. And I have seen few people spending 2-3 hours on that as well. And astrology, let's say if someone who is an Aries, the positive part of Aries is they are leaders, they are go-getters, they are larger than life. They want everything magnanimous, big. They want to be the hero, center of attraction for everything. Negative, they are dominant, they are bossy. You can't rule over them. They will rule over you. They can be your boss. They can be bossy to you, but someone else cannot be bossy to them. They won't like it. They will hate it. So this way, every sign and every remedy has positive and negatives. Yeah. How do you know that you need Bach Flower remedy is, if you have the negatives of that particular sign or Bach Flower remedy, then yes, you need it. Simple.
Yeah.
And we all have them. Each and every individual will have certain negatives of each zodiac sign wherever they are born. Either it could be Sun, Moon, Mercury, or Ascendant. Correct?
Yeah, absolutely. I know I do. I know I have some negative stuff for sure.
Now, what will happen by taking the Bach Flower remedies is, we can't say that, oh, everything is cleared and you are like completely saintly person after 6 months. No. Certain
Why
negative
not?
aspects will, certain negative aspects will remain, but you will be able to manage them rather than those aspects of emotion dominating you. You will be in the control when you want to take them out. For example, someone who is a Leo, Leo or Aries, or let's say someone who has a major influence of planet Mars. Now, these people are very fiery, very aggressive, can get physical in fights. Now, tell me, if somebody is coming and the person is trying to snatch your gold jewelry, is it good to get physical and get into fights and kick the shit hell out of that person?
Yes.
It's good.
Yeah.
You can't be saintly that time.
Right.
But you doing it at such time, whereas sometimes, let's say your family member getting really mad at you, you don't need to get physical with them because it's temporary.
Yeah. So you have control over your traits control. And your emotions, etc. Yeah. Instead of them controlling you.
Anger will not rule over you. You will have control over your anger.
Yeah.
And you will be able to use it at the right places. You will have the right outputs for that. Yeah.
Totally makes sense. I love it. And that's part about being a master, right? Life mastery, emotional
Yeah.
mastery, energy mastery, right? It's about being the
Correct.
master of yourself and, creating the life that you truly desire, blah, blah, blah. I talk about it all the
Yeah.
time. You guys all know what I'm going to say, right? Yeah, I love that. And it makes you strong as a person in your being, so your highest and best self shows up instead of your not so pleasant aspects of yourself, right? Because you're those, yeah. So it's more of who you truly are that shows up and shines,
Yeah.
rather than those negative emotions or negative traits or negative qualities that sometimes need to show up but don't have to be there, sabotaging you in your day-to-day.
Correct. Your expression of certain negative qualities should not result into you feeling or you regretting it later on. No.
Yeah.
When you express it in right way to right people at right time, you will never regret even expressing your anger.
Sometimes it's justified and it's needed for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, it's needed the most.
Yeah, absolutely. Good. Awesome. Anybody have any other questions, comments, anything coming up? Whew, that was a lot. We talked about a lot. I learned so much. I didn't even know that this was a possibility to combine the Bach Flower remedies with astrological houses and how that can influence your life in a good way, right?
Yeah, and most importantly, it can simplify it like beyond imagination.
Yeah, and that's what I like. I like therapy, modalities, healing, etc. to be simple. It doesn't have to be complicated like it used to be in the past. The time that we are in now, everything is happening faster and faster and faster. And the processes can be more streamlined and simplified because we don't require the same amount of counseling, for example, that they used to do in the past.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're much more aware now. So awesome. So this is more of a preventative, assisting you to, take charge really of your future.
Yeah. Yes.
Good. So for those of you, last chance, if you want to get the live call pricing, please go to alara.at/show/Sushant11 and enroll in package A or package B, because after the live call is over, like once I get off the computer, then I will have to like disable the special pricing. Okay, just so you know, last call. Being totally transparent, I have to do it because I have to honor Sushant's choices of having this bonus special pricing. So it's like it's only for a live call. All right, so take advantage of that. But we still do have the 24-hour bonus, so you can use that. Then that code is TACS10 to receive the 10% gift from me. Right, so take advantage of that for the next 24 hours. All right. So anything else, Sushant? That was wonderful. I learned so much, and I'm like tickled pink. I just love, I love essences. I love, being able to use tools to help me navigate, my future and my life and have it, happen with more ease, right? And being more in control of my emotions or some of my negative thinking sometimes, but just being more in control so that they don't affect me, but I am choosing how I'm going to move forward. I'm going to choose,
Yes.
what works for me.
Yes. Fantastic.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Awesome.
that's it. I'm done with everything, and thank you. It's all possible because of you, and you
Thank you so
facilitating the
much.
Alara Canfield show.
Always so much fun having you here. We always learn so much, and there's I know you, like, you are so talented and you are such an expert in so many different modalities, and you have so many skills and tools in your tool belt that I always look forward to learning more from you and seeing what else is possible for all of us so that we can all move towards our dreams, our life with more ease and joy and grace, etc. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, everyone. So thank you for your comments, your questions, your feedback. For those of you who've already signed up and enrolled, awesome. And for those of you who haven't yet, please do so. Again, the packages are available at alar.it/show/Sushant11. All right, so thank you. And until next time, may you continue to be blessed with an abundance of joy, peace, love, happiness, prosperity, and radiant health. Sending you all much love and blessings always. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.